camera is rolling, and I'll come up to you, and action.
You know what's amazing is how there are elements all around you that you can use to get movement and exercise and stretch out your body and compensate for all the sitting. And I'm going to show you one right now. Stay tuned. So let's use a doorway to loosen our body up and to get relaxed and comfortable and push Father Time away. So the first thing I suggest prior to all movement is simply to shake my body, because shaking like this is just vibration. It just loosens things up. So I want to think of that line, that midline, and I want to just shake my body very close to midline. I can move it this way and back and forth, just getting the joints moving. And 30 seconds of this. And you can kind of check in. Is everything moving well? Are you defending or guarding some part of your body? Or is it generally all moving around? Now, as I get looser, I'm going to start moving further from midline. I'm going to use more directions, and I'm going to start to have a level of velocity to the movement. Now, I'm not going to start going like that necessarily, but I'm going to start to move a little more freely. So I feel good. I feel loosened up, warmed up, and now I want to do some very specific things with the doorway. But when you can fix one part of your body, then you can control exactly where the movement goes. And that's what we're going to do. So if I put my hands on the back side, grab kind of, and just move like this, just like this. I'm putting a whole lot of movement right into my upper body. Now, with my hands fixed, what if I try to turn a shoulder? Well, I can't do it very far. That's it. That's the whole amount of motion. So what if I just do that back and forth? You're going to feel that in the back of your shoulders. You're going to feel that in the middle of your spine. So I'm turning my body gently back and forth in the doorway. And you start easy. Stop knowing you can go further. Very, very important. You can always try to go a little further tomorrow or the next day. So get in that doorway and move around. So just that alone is my shoulders getting loosened up. And I can move my neck. And notice I can rotate my neck. And if my shoulders are fixed like this, which they are when I'm holding the doorway, all of that motion is in my neck. Because if I'm just like this and I turn my neck, I can be turning my trunk too. But if I go like this, I fixed my shoulders. So all the movement is in my neck. How's that neck movement? Does it move more to one side than the other? Is it comfortable to move? Now we can add some direction just to that movement alone. I'm going to lower my head a little bit and move my neck, and lower my head and move my neck. Lowering my head, moving my neck. Now I'm coming up. My head's going back. Beautiful range of motion for my neck. Just like that. And then there's the all-important lateral flexion, which is sideways bending. And why it's important is this is what maintains your posture. This is what maintains your posture. Now, what do you think youth really is? You know, it's not having gray hair, it's being young, it's all those things. But you know what it is? It's posture. You think of any elderly person you know that's spry, and they have really good posture. Because this is what's going to happen if we don't maintain our posture. So, I'm in reasonably good posture right here. But let's start adding the decades. And let's start adding the sitting. And here's what it starts to look like. You start dropping down. You get a hump in the middle of your back. Your shoulders come forward. Your head sticks forward. And this is how you move. And this is very compromised mechanically. This is not efficient movement. You're not aligned to gravity. So when an elderly person says, I'm tired all the time, Part of that is the mere fact that their posture has become compromised over the decades. And it's a lot more work for them to even hold themselves up because they're in this posture that wants to come forward like this. They're not balanced against gravity. And that's part of the hallmark of youth. Now, the good news is your body has the ability to self-adjust. It has an instinct to stretch. It has an ability to realign and improve its posture. But you've got to work with it. And the way you work with it is you loosen it up through the shaking that I demonstrated first, and then you start using some fixed points and movable points and start identifying different parts of your body to move. So let's go back to the doorway and do some more of that. So I started with the shoulders. Okay, how about if I just come forward? If I just come forward towards you, then I'm getting all of this up here, all of this up in here. And this is what gets tight because the shoulders come forward. This shortens, it lengthens in the back. And the back area is the part that you complain about. But the problem is this is shortened here. And as a massage therapist, I can work on that back all day long. And as long as the muscles here are shortened, you're going to stay tight. These are called the shorts and tights. We have them here in our upper body, and we have them here in our lower body from sitting. So these are the two areas we have got to work on. So if you come here and you come forward like this, that is stretching it. And just be in the pose a moment. It's not about do this, do this, do this, do this, and be done. You could be talking on the phone. You could be talking to somebody else. So you can do something else while you're doing this. Because it takes about 20, 30 seconds to really start to feel the difference. It's not 5 seconds here, 5 seconds there, and 1 minute later and 12 movements later, you're done. You're not getting anything out of that. Now, what if I raise my hands? I come out of the pose, back up, raise my hands, and come here. Oh, it's a lot harder up here. Oh my gosh. Look how much less forward I was able to move. Because now I'm really stretching this right here. The shorts and the tights. And then if I add this movement, but you notice I'm not, I'm not doing that. I'm staying relaxed. I'm moving, I'm expanding the area relative to midline, that line through the middle of my body. I'm expanding that area around midline, and I stay loose and fluid and comfortable. And how's this for a word? Nimble. Nimble. You want to stay nimble. That's what youth is. Children are nimble. So let's get you nimble again. So I can come forward. I can take my hands here and lean back, and be paying attention so I don't slip and fall. We don't want that. But you can lean back. Now I can get this great stretch this way for this part of my body. And I can move my legs a little bit. All the while I'm getting that stretch. Adding the neck, moving the shoulders. Just put yourself in that doorway and just start making it up. Just start making it up. Just like that. So here I crossed my leg over, and now I'm trying to bring my left shoulder down to my foot. Well, of course, there's not much movement, but what it's doing is it's rounding this whole line in my body, and I come out nice and easy. I come over to the other side. I do the same thing. Now, I'm a lot tighter on this side. I can feel it. I can feel my body is not comfortable, nearly so, on this side. So for me, this is what I need to be working on more right now. So I'm going to maybe do it twice as long on this side as I would be this side. And here's the cool thing. We have run out of time, according to the camera person, but we have just begun what we can do using a doorway. It's that amazing. So try out a doorway. You got them all around you. Everything is available. You don't have to go to the gym to get exercise and movement. It's great if you can and if you do, but you can do it right at home. And since we're working at home, we might as well get some movement at home. So have a great day. Like and subscribe to the channel. Help other people with this. And always enjoy the game of life.